This cliched sound that's used to signal a shift back in time.
I came back home to see my best friend, Paul Serene.
Jack talks as if his interviewer has no idea who Paul is.
Hey, thanks for the ride.
How can we know that Jack's a nice guy, the ranchers ask themselves. I know. Let's have him be overly nice to a cab driver.
Jack Joyce, in the flesh.
The esteemed Mr. Paul Serene. Shaking money bags.
Shut up and bring it in. Welcome home.
If this scene had any more cliches, I'd puke.
6 years. And I was starting to think you'd never come back.
They don't let us pick which chair to sit in. And this is typical of the whole game. Sometimes we had to press X half a dozen times before we were in just the right spot for Jack to open the door or pull the lever. While these are nice particle effects, I've never seen a projector do this. I guess this room's really dusty.
Rotating black hole creates a deformation in space-time, potentially allowing travel through both space and time.
Yeah, but the gravity's so great in a black hole that you'd get ripped apart before you made it inside. That's called astrophysics, mate. This is an interactive film with several shooting galleries. It's always, press this, now press that, or open that gate. It's a bit dull.
We passed every test, every inspection. We're about to make history, Jack.
Paul says their operation is illegal, in spite of their having passed every test and every inspection. Oh no, it's all these. What are we going to do? Jack doesn't even seem to notice all the floating stuff.
Explosion make time go bad. If time is an egg, then that egg is f***ing broken. A time egg is f***ed.
Will, a scientist, is terrible at explaining things.
She was right.
Instead of telling us who she is, Will plays the pronoun game. This would be okay if her identity was a big dramatic reveal, but it wasn't.
It's complicated. I'll explain in the car.
Apparently complicated things become much simpler in the car.
What the hell?
Every game requires some variance on eagle vision.
There's gotta be another way in.
I guess the guards lock the gate after they pass through? Otherwise, Jack should be able to get in the same way they did.
My briefcase was in that car.
I'll take you shopping. It's a f***ing briefcase.
Jack doesn't even consider that there may be sensitive information in his brother's scientist's briefcase. At first we were like, holy shit, these graphics are amazing. Then we realised it's live action, so we're tacking on a sin. She was cuter as a video game character. This asshole and his stupid f***ing laugh. This game was brought to you by Nissan. How long was she sulking on the bed, waiting for Liam to come home? Too long, that's how long. Liam tries to inhale his wife's knee.
These big furry bear paws. Way too big for your body.
Somehow I don't think she's talking about cat paws. We both got a birdemic vibe from this shot, but we can't figure out why. She looks like she's going to be hot. Oh my.
2 bacon and egg sandwiches.
Thanks.
Bulimia.
It's cool, they're new.
Have you ever walked outside? Then they ain't new, bitch. Makes me wonder what's the point of wearing a bulletproof vest if you can shoot right through it.
Do you know anyone who could get you in?
Apparently their only hope is a burger. At least that's what this cut indicates. This game was brought to you by Nissan. In case you forgot, this game was brought to you by Nissan. I care way more about Liam than I do about Jack, the story's protagonist. Monarch leaves sensitive information and tactical gear in unlocked rooms. While the whole power draining thing is by this point a convention, there's no real reason why Jack couldn't keep using his powers indefinitely.
This elevator looks like the only way out of here. There's gotta be a generator around here somewhere.
I love it when the character I'm playing as gives me tips as if they're his thoughts. It's not at all corny or cheesy.
You're the taxi guy. You drove me to university. What is all this?
I'm so glad they decided to bring him back. He's so interesting, and he's so dynamic.
You saved my ass.
Paradoxically, Jack's also semi-responsible for all of this.
Gate's locked. There's gotta be a gate doohickey around here.
When will game devs figure out that we don't want to do things like figuring out how to unlock gates? We don't want extra gameplay for the sake of extra gameplay. We want more story, damn it.
I'll guide you to the dry docks from here on the radio. Channel 3. I'll open up the door for you.
Savvy cab driver is a bit too savvy. We haven't been playing for that long, and already there's a very obvious and dull pattern. Break through a door, then fight the enemies behind this door.
Will had said he needed something from his briefcase to stop the fracture. Wasn't much there, but his phone and a key to the Bradbury swimming pool.
And all of his f***ing papers, you tit.
Exact words, or don't do anything stupid.
I've never been a great listener.
Well, time to start.
The I'm not a great listener cliché.
Perfect place to hide something you don't want found.
Glad you clarified that he hid something that he doesn't want to be found, because it's quite often that I hide things that I want people to find, and I was confused.
Help me push this out of the way.
I guess they forgot to record the actress saying, "Help me open this door," so they used a sample of her asking for help pushing something. Weakest attempt ever.
I've tried to change things, but by trying, I only made them happen in the first place.
Time travel has become so cliched.
We have control of the presentation. Make it look good.
Thanks for the reminder, boss, because, we'd been planning on making it look really shitty.
Hey! He's escaping!
Thanks a lot, Captain Obvious. We've seen Rush before, but never Time Rush. This must be something new, amazing, and unique. Oh, no. It's the same thing as Rush, just with time stuck on the front.
When Paul visited me in that cell, he said time was a closed loop. Believed the fracture couldn't be fixed. Seeing the scale of that facility made me wonder. Time was ending? What was it all for?
Perhaps to stop time from ending? That awkward moment when a soldier is lodged halfway inside your delicate piece of machinery. We interrupt Quantum Break to bring you Grand Theft Auto 5.
We pulled some images from the security cameras. We've identified Joyce's accomplice.
We did that with this Surface Pro, sir. It has a 6th generation Intel Core, 128GB solid-state drive, and 4GB of RAM. At $899, this device is a real steal, sir. The Surface Pro is a groundbreaking device. You can develop graphics and spreadsheets all with a tap of a finger.
So if you get in the way of me protecting her, I swear to God, next time, you will not catch your breath.
Liam should have been the main character. But we're taking off a sin because this is really good.
You know, I'm really gonna enjoy killing your wife.
Will he break the sin taking off record? Currently Trevor holds it, but maybe not for long. I'm a dead man! Even Citizen Kane's angry rampage was better than this. What a feeble attempt at rage. The Surface Pro has a detachable keyboard, so you can easily switch from having a laptop to having a tablet. Taking on a bloke whilst he's got a bullet wound to protect his pregnant wife? Yup, he just broke the record. In fact, we're taking off 2 sins.
I'll make it across that bridge, whatever it takes. I need to get him to the bridge.
No shit, Sherlock.
Your first journey back in time, 2010. This is where our notes get hazy.
Wait, so you had non-hazy notes before this point? Then what's the point of interviewing him?
A long time ago now.
It was only 11 years of living anonymously. At least it wasn't 36 years of defending herself from hand-sensing robots, like in that episode of Doctor Who.
One of my treatments. But it's damaged. Is it safe to use?
To treat or not to treat, that is the question.
12-sided, small, metallic. Like a soccer ball.
Footballs, or for Americans, soccer balls, aren't small or metallic, and they have 20 faces.
I'm dead weight. I'm a glorified locksmith. Why don't you let somebody else be the hero?
Unexplainable metanoia is as unexpected as it is unexplainable.
What your husband's doing for you, it's admirable.
It's also stupid. Liam has lost so much blood that, at this point, it doesn't make sense for him to do anything but get medical attention. Amazing marksman suddenly can't hit his mark because plot. This is an amazing take on the knight guarding his keep master plot. Taking off a sin.
I gotta get to the counter.
Devs know the gameplay has become so dull at this point that they need to remind the player what the current objective is.
Got it. Just be careful, okay?
In the world of Quantum Break, every employee can hack into anything, apparently. When you hold the smartphone up to your ear, the screen turns off.
Liam Burke made his choice.
Liam Burke was an unnecessary casualty. One of way too many.
Liam, one of the best characters in the game, doesn't get an awesome death scene. Tacking on a few sins for that. I'd really like to know where he put that.
Okay, how do I get this up?
Why not try some Viagra?
You said it's true, then how did I save you? I saw you die, bro.
Think, Jack. You never physically saw me die, did you?
I watched a roof collapse on top of you.
Creating the illusion of my death, yes. Which brought you here to make sure it remained only an illusion.
This is the problem with time travel. It just doesn't make sense. It would have been better to leave that unexplained than to try and explain it. Do we really need this final firefight? I don't think so.
I'll come back for you.
Sequel baiting, the game studio equivalent of masturbating.
You've been very patient with us. and very helpful. Thank you.
It seems to me like the writers really wanted to make a film. Instead, they made a video game with a really interesting story and tons of boring shooting galleries. Also, there was absolutely no point to Jack narrating the game. Well, except for the sequel baiting at the end there. The game studio equivalent of masturbating. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook and Google+. Post your thoughts in comments below. Also, if you haven't already, check out my book, Great New World. There's a link in the card, annotation, description, and in the comments. Thank you for watching, and have a fantastic day. I guess the guards lock the gate after they pass through? Otherwise, Jack would... shit your face. I guess the guards... you shit. And this is typical of the whole game. Sometimes we had to press F. Oh, shit. Makes me wonder what's the... I love it when the character I'm playing as gives me tips of... When will game devs figure out that we don't want to do things like... shit? Like we don't want to do things like shit. Well, that is true. That's not what the sin is.